Konbanwa, minasan. Good evening, and welcome to the Sumo Summary Show. How's that for alliteration? I used to teach English. So it is day one. Thank you for joining me here on YouTube. And this is the start of the new experiment, right? So we have the Patreon page now. I put up 9 videos over there. I'm going to take you there in a minute. I'm going to share my screen. Uh, you can join for $1 a month, and hopefully nothing will happen with those videos, and you can enjoy them there. And those go up a little earlier than this. I'm filming this at about 9:15 p.m. So Sumo ends at 6 p.m. Takes me a while to upload everything. I eat dinner. I adjust the titles and everything, and the thumbnails, get everything posted, and then I will make this show. So if you're only going to watch YouTube, great. You can just come here and watch this anytime you like. And but I should put up big let's see. Hi, Sticky Fingers is the album that I'm listening to right now. Awooga, Awooga, Awooga. Spoilers, right? Um uh I'm gonna talk about who won and lost today on day one. So if you haven't watched your highlight show, or however you're going to watch Sumo, or even my videos over on Patreon, maybe don't watch this yet, right? Because I am going to talk winners and losers, who's going to be fighting who on day two, etc. And just anything that I've heard since the Sumo finished. Okay, so let's just jump in, start sharing my screen. Uh, Hope you're having a good weekend. It's Sunday, July 14th today, and here we go. So, of course, as you know, we're in Nagoya, and Onosato is there trying to be a repeat champion. And the last, as Hiro Morita said, at least 17 times during the broadcast today, because I watched all 2 hours of the NHK feed today. This is the last year at the Dolphins Arena, Aichi Prefectural Gymnasium, because next year they're opening a brand new stadium for sumo in Nagoya. But yeah, it's all sold out. July tournament sold out, looked full today. Lots of hot people with fans. And let's see what they got to see today. So let's actually start down in Juryo. We did have one Juryo wrestler pull out, and unfortunately, that was the March champion, Takeda Fuji, pulled out. If we go to absent Rikishi, you can see here he pulled out. So obviously, whatever was bothering him in May that made him pull out of the Basho is also still not fixed. I believe it's his foot, right? And Chiyoshoma is the only top division wrestler that pulled out, way down at M15. So if you're in the contest, about 400 of you have signed up for the contest. If you pick Chiyoshoma, please go in and edit. You have about 24 hours to do so before the contest is closed to new entries or edits. And then we have our regular retinue of people down in the lower divisions that have pulled out. A big scuttle, not scuttlebutt. It's that, because that has a negative connotation, right? A big kerfuffle, a big to do down in the very lower divisions is that Enho, a very popular Rikishi from many years ago, is finally going to come back and compete this tournament. He's a Hakuho protege, and a small guy, but very, very popular Rikishi when he was wrestling. So let's see if we can find out. It would be, I think he's way down in one of the bottom two divisions. Let's go down to Jonokuchi and see if he's wrestling on day two. Yep, there he is. Enho. He's at the very bottom division, number 13, and he is scheduled to fight. He has to fight 7 times. And so we'll see if he is able to last all 7 days. Just keep an eye. I probably won't show any footage, of course, but just interesting if you remember him from back in the day. Okay, so in Juryo today, Hakuoho started his campaign off with a win, and just can see some of the other people. Aoyama, a stalwart of the top division, got a win here today on day one. And the presumptive winner of the whole tournament, Onokatsu, got a win over Dayamami today on day one. Very strong wrestler. So we'll keep an eye on that. And I probably will show a little bit of Juryo footage next weekend when the leaderboard is starting to sort itself out. But right now it's just too early to say what is the point of interest should be for us. Up here in Makuuchi. So we did have a Juryo wrestler come up to take the place of Chiyoshoma, and that is Juryo 1 Toki Hayate, who was just in the top division and got demoted. He lost to Nishiki Fuji. Kageyaki and Bushozan both came back up to the top division. Kageyaki getting the win today at M16. Endo also coming back up from Juryo, but losing to Roga here. The big, probably not upset, but a big surprise, I think, to a lot of people was that Wakataka Kage, who was expected to kind of clean up down in the lower ranks here, lost to a man who's got even more experience than he does, Takada Fuji, today in a good match. And I have that on the channel for you. I also put up the Asanoyama Nishikigi match just to see how he's doing. He looked in good fighting spirit, so I won't be able to feature them all the time, but I figured people might want to see their opening matches. I'll probably put up Wakataka Kage tomorrow just to see if he bounces back from his day one loss. Then you got Tamawashi and Shodai. Those are two really long-term veterans fighting in the first half. Excuse me, Tamawashi getting the win. Oshoma beat Kimbozan. Ryuden lost to Sadanaumi. Oho beat Koto Shoho. Shona Naomi at M5 this tournament beat Takanosho. Ura got a kind of lucky Ura win. Some people will say it was tenacious and, he showed this, that, and the other skill. I think he just got lucky. But he beat Onosho. Gonoyama beat Tobizaru in a complete blowout. And then these are the matches I have on the channel, the last 7 of the day. And it really was just a day of upsets. Every lower ranked wrestler practically won their match, except for the first one and the last one of this series. Kirishima, the Sekewake, beat Takayasu. And what's worrying about this when you watch the match is that Takayasu was clutching his chest at the end of the match. It was a really well-fought match until the very end, and then you could see Takayasu just sort of gave way and let Sekiwake Kirishima just take him over the edge. And Hiro was thinking maybe it's a rib. We don't know. Hopefully it's not a bad injury and he can come back tomorrow. Tomorrow he has Abi. So we'll see if he can bounce back from that. That would be a really tough loss in the first day if he has to pull out of the tournament. Ono Sato, of course, the returning champion. Everybody thought, oh, he's going to just eat it up. Lost to Matakeumi, of all people, on day one. Abi, also another Sekewake, lost to Wakamoto Haru. That was a good match. Meisei absolutely just took care of Takekeisho. And Takekeisho, you have to remember, is Kadobani, needs 8 wins. So, yeah, that can be if you're a Takekeisho fan, this could be worrying. He could be on the Kirishima path where he won't get the 8 and will have to fight at Sekewake in September. But, it's early days. It was just one loss. Let's not get too carried away. Atami Fuji, the Maegashira 1. Look at these two M1s getting a win. Beat Hoshoru, and Hoshoru now has kind of a pattern of losing on day one. He lost to Atami Fuji twice in July, in May, and then he lost to Ura on day one in March. So that's a kind of a trend that's worrying for him a little bit. But before that, he won on the previous 3. So, some of these trends, it's like, well, you can, anything can be a trend in a way. But yep, so he's got to bounce back tomorrow. Koto Zakura also lost. So all 3 Ozeki lost on day one. And we were worried we're going to have another one where the Yokozuna loses 2 and all the top-ranked guys lose on day one like we did in May. But Terunofuji showed his mettle. And is that spelled Mettle? And beat Hirada Umi in a very spirited match. So I'm hoping that bodes well for Terunofuji, that he is in good fighting spirit and will put up some good numbers. Daisho just looks savage when he took out Koto Zakura. And of course, he is a former Sekewake and very well versed in all of these guys. It's a lot of really interesting talent amassed here at the top of the Banzuke for matches in the next few days. So it should be a lot of fun sumo to watch. Looking ahead to day 2, Onokatsu will come up from Juryo to fight Kageyaki. Wakatake Kage has Roga. Endo has Takata Fuji. Asanoyama versus Hokuto Fuji, who's way down at M13 this tournament. Shodaichi Yamamoto, Tamawashi Midori Fuji. Let's kind of sift through. Tobizaru has Onosho. One of them will get his first win of the tournament. Ura takes on Gonoyama. Takayasu, like I said, if he didn't get a bad injury, will face off against Sekewake Abi. Kirishima has Mitake Yumi. Wakamoto Haru Ono Sato. Hoto Zakura will be our first Ozeki, facing off against Tatami Fuji. Excuse me, Daisho. Looking very fierce. I would be worried if I were Takekeisho. That's a tough opponent to get on day 2. Hoshoru has Hirada Umi, the brand new Komusubi, and Terunofuji has Meisei. Now, the interesting thing about Meisei facing the Yokozuna is that I believe he's beaten Terunofuji the last couple times they faced each other. Yes, he beat Terunofuji in March. The white circle means that Meisei won. And I guess it hasn't been that often because Terunofuji hasn't been around. When was the last time, though? Huh. Okay. Well, let's keep going. I guess they haven't fought each other that often. Oh, yep, right here. Back in May, he went 8-7 at Maigashira 6 and got the Outstanding Performance Award with an 8-7, which is kind of interesting. Oh, I think that's because he went 7-0 and then lost and then was 8-1 and then just had this spectacular collapse, but beat the Yokozuna. So there you go. So yeah, so the last couple times they fought, Meisei has beaten Terunofuji, but it's been a while. So we'll see if that plays out in any significant way tomorrow on day 2. Okay, looking over at the channel contest, go ahead and feel free to join. I'll put the link to join down in the description box. You have about 24 hours from when this video will get posted. 10 p.m. Monday the 15th to join. And let's see if anyone picked Chiyoshoma. Where is Chiyoshoma? He's down at the bottom, right? No, here he is. Chiyoshoma. 2 people. So not affecting a whole lot of you, but if you're one of those 2 people and you're watching this video, go in and change your choice. Wow, look at this. 80% of people picked Wakatake Kage in that bracket. So, wow, that is huge. Who does people think will get his Kachikoshi first? Most people think it'll be Ono Sato, followed by Koto Zakura or Wakatake Kage. And then a lot of other people. 4th place, Hoshoru. Asanoyama, huge favorite in the M9 to M12 with Oshoma and Midori Fuji. In the higher, Shonano Umi getting a lot of love there. Who else is doing well? 14% for Oho, almost 14% for Onosho. In the M1 to M4, it's all Wakamoto Haru, then Takayasu. Let's hope he doesn't pull out of the tournament. If he does, you might just have time tomorrow, if you follow things, to go in and change your pick. And Atami Fuji getting some love there. He was looking good today. And in the Sekewake Komusubi, no surprise there. Onosato, the overwhelming favorite, followed by Kirishima. And up at the top, Koto Zakura, who I predicted will win the Yusho, and Hoshoru. Only 8% have picked Terunofuji to win, and 4% for Takakeisho. Okay, so go ahead and join that. And then if you want to watch the matches, here it is. Here's the Patreon page. So do be a little bit patient with me over here. I'm kind of learning how to do things. So there is this thing called collections. And I started one today with the July 2024 Sumo tournament. And there's 9 videos in there, and you can just click on it. And it might look different for you. This might be my behind the scenes. And it should start. So this was the first. No. Okay. They're a little out of order. I don't know why they're like that. But anyway, try to watch them in order, I guess. I can go and look and see date published this month. Host type. Ah, okay. Huh. I don't know why Teruno Fuji would be down here because it's obviously the final match of the day. Anyway, I'll look into it. This is all stuff that I'm figuring out, but at least there it's all collected and you can kind of just go there. There is a community tab once you join, and I already started a discussion of day one. And so you can go in and discuss. I've got a few other things here, predict the winner, etc. And let's see what else. You can watch little previews if you just want to check it out and see what it's like for free. I think that you get to see 30 seconds. I'm using the NHK feed, and the videos are looking pretty good. The thumbnails are, I can have a lot more choice. I'm uploading directly to um, Patreon. Come on, Jason. So you can see the time there, hit it play. What I guess the biggest feedback I'd like, if you can give it to me, is how is the viewing experience for you on Patreon for the only about 100 people have signed up so far, but that's fine. You know, hopefully as the bus show goes on, more people will choose to sign up to share the videos with. Um, I need to see if I can download an app. So I on my big TV, I use Apple TV, and that's how I watch YouTube and Netflix and everything over there. So is there a Patreon app that you can put on that to then watch the sumo? Because I know a lot of you like to watch the sumo videos on, you know, on you when they were on YouTube on your big television. Some of you watch on your phone, you know, other whatever. But Patreon's very easy on all those platforms, but I'm wondering if you can watch it on TV easily. So let me know feedback about that. And yeah, let's just hope that everything goes smoothly and we can enjoy the sumo together. I should have pretty full coverage this week going into next week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a fun bus show. I think, like a lot of bus show in the past, say, year and a half, it really is anybody's chance. I think Kotozakura, a lot of other people think Onosato, some people think Hoshoru. You're all legitimate choices. You know, it could be somebody that's never won before. And so we'll just have to see. Okay, so that's kind of what these nightly summaries are going to be like. I'm just going to kind of run down the winners and losers, look at who's fighting each other the next day, and yeah, just any big impressions, any news I hear. Like if I hear about Takayasu when I watch the English language coverage tomorrow and they say, oh, he had to pull out because of this injury, I will share that with you on these nightly updates. I can't guarantee that I'll have one of these every single night for 15 nights in a row, but I will do my best. And cheers. Yeah, enjoy. Sumo's happening again, and that's always good. And yeah, I thought it was a great first day. A lot of fun matches. So go over and check it out on the Patreon if you want to try, and if not, just come back here tomorrow night for day two. Okay, guys, take care of yourselves. Peace. See ya.